Hey everyone, it's Invis. Today I'm just gonna be a bit on of a rant, and topic of the day today is um, weapon usage. So more specifically, meta and casual players, and we're gonna talk about that a bit. And how I mean, I've seen plenty of times some casual players or some competitive players as well that will play meta weapons because they're meta. All right, and so that's something that that's the topic I want to address today, is those players that are not professionals and that are not high ranked at all, or like not necessarily high ranked, but that aren't interested in the comp scene much. But that will still like play meta weapons. I'm thinking of like people who used to play Splash a lot, or I don't know, maybe like pencil and weapons like those, who that like they require skill to work, and that's what makes them good in meta, right? And they're really good. Like they have their buff and all that. But the problem is that lower ranked players will think that those weapons will make them win, right? And that's really the issue here, is that you have lower ranked players who think they're gonna win because they're playing a good weapon, you know, and then they just end up frustrated because they're not winning, even though they're told that it's a good weapon, and they see players like Krochara and like Dude and a bunch of comp players play those weapons, you know, and they're like, why does it not work for me, right? And I just want to say that when you're in low level, okay, if you're playing comp, or like if you're in low level comp, or even if you're just playing solo queue, no matter what rank you are, you do not need to play meta weapons. Okay, well, I actually got wrecked in this game. That's crazy. Um, but yeah, that's the topic that I want to talk about, is just some players who actually just play meta because they see content creators do it and they see pro players do it. So yeah, indeed, like you see a lot of maybe a bit less experienced players that like just got into that just got interested in Splatoon and got interested into the competitive scene, and they'll get like recommended by like they'll get Char recommended to them or whatever, and like they'll watch pro players videos, or like they'll watch content that um they'll watch content that primarily addresses to a higher level of competitive players, right? And they'll think that content applies totally to them. And I'm not saying that you cannot watch that content. Like, you're totally allowed to watch whatever content you want, as long as it entertains you, you know? Oh, I'm gonna get killed by that. But some of these people think that the advice applies to them, which is just not the case. If you have players that are saying like, oh, you should play a Zuka weapon because Zuka is meta, and then right after that you have a lot of people that like play Zuka because they can, and because that play Zuka because they see their favorite YouTubers do it. Well, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but that advice does not apply to them, and they don't consider that. They just think, oh, that YouTuber told me to do this, so I will. And they think they assimilate pro player level with improving at the game, when that's not the case. You do not need to like play what pro players play to improve at the game, okay? Because it's not the weapon that makes a player, it's the actual skill, you know? And that's just proven by having a lot of players that play different weapons, unique weapons that like not a lot of people play, and like they can do fine with it. There are some players that just play the weapon that they like, and they do absolutely fine in lower comp scenes or in solo queue. And that's just a fact, is that you don't need, in solo queue especially, maybe that in competitive it's maybe a bit less, okay, I got destroyed again. It's maybe a bit less, a bit more important to play meta weapons, but in solo queue, any weapon can work, right? You can literally play any weapon, and as long as you're good with it, as long as you have skill with that weapon, you'll do fine, right? There are very low chances of losing because of you. So that's really why I want to encourage I want to encourage players to play a weapon that they enjoy, not necessarily a weapon a content creator recommends. And so you might be asking yourself, well, if I can't play any meta weapons, or like if meta weapons don't matter in solo queue or in low level competitive, then what should I play? And my advice for this, really, is just play a weapon that you enjoy playing. Play something that makes you happy, okay? For me, the weapons that make me happy are the Splatanas. I play the variety of the Splatana class. I play all the wipers and all the stampers, because those are weapons that I enjoy playing. And, okay, this is really stupid. And so I encourage you just to do the same. Play the weapons that you enjoy playing. If you like playing Blob, play Blob. If you like playing Clash, play Clash, you know? But just have a good time, because the goal is not necessarily to get good at the game. It's to have fun in the end. That's what a game is all about, is having fun. It's the prime objective of a game. And I feel like if people play meta weapons that they don't enjoy playing, well, they're not gonna have fun with Splatoon, and they're just gonna stop playing after a while, because, well, if you don't have fun with something, then what's keeping you from just not playing? Okay, and so yeah, you should play weapons that just make you feel like you're having a good time. Now, I do understand that in some cases, playing such weapons may be fun, but it's not fun if you don't win, right? And that's what you might be wondering. And what I have to say about that is that you need, like, if you really want to have fun with, like, if you're trying to weapon fun, you'll give in the time to play the weapon to be able to have fun with it, right? You're not just gonna like pick up a weapon, say, oh, it looks fun, then like play with it a bit, realize that you're not good with it, and then just stop playing the weapon. Because, well, I mean, it's kind of bad. Like you realize that you can have fun with a weapon, but then you don't play it because you don't want to put in the time. So my advice for that is just like, if you don't want to play the weapon, like, for example, imagine, I really like Tenebrella, okay? But I am absolute trash with Tenebrella. I cannot play Tenebrella for the life of me. And when I play Tenebrella, like, sure, the weapon mechanics looks fun and it looks cool, but it's not fun and it's not cool because I keep losing all the time, right? And that's something that a lot of people... Okay, I got him. That's something that, I mean, a lot of people probably do, is they have a weapon that looks fun to them, that they would like to play and be good with, but then they just abandon it because, well, oh, I can't play this weapon, it's too hard. And so I'm just saying, if you like a weapon, put the time necessary to become good with it. If that's what you like doing. If you like winning, put in the time to be able to be good with that weapon. Because it's not like it's kind of not worth it to just abandon a weapon that you think looks fun. Wow, that was really clutch. We just got lead by like nothing here. Will we get top? Are we getting top? Yay! Nice. Okay. And so yeah, that's basically my main advice is put in the time, and if you really don't want to play with that weapon, or if you feel like your mechanics aren't good enough when you're playing around in solo queue, then I would recommend just looking around, okay? Join a few Discord servers, get familiar with the... Why does he squid back? Oh my word. That's toxic. Don't be like that, person. Anyways. Join, like, do something as easy as, like, watching a video on the weapon, or joining a Discord server about the weapon, you know? Something that does not require you to actually play the weapon and go through losing with the weapon to get good with it. Oh, nice, I got a double on that one. And so yeah, just like watch YouTubers that play weapon, watch creators that like enjoy playing that weapon, and or ask for advice. Like there are plenty of ways of subconsciously improving, you know, that you wouldn't even realize. And that's just my advice, is just watch people who play the weapon, try and get some advice that doesn't necessarily require you to play the weapon extensively for you to be good at it, you know? Like, of course, I mean, you will have to put some time in the weapon to become good, but that's not all of it. You can't learn everything by yourself. You need others' help. And so you might be thinking, well, okay, I'm gonna stop playing meta weapons because I'm not having fun with them. And you're gonna try and find a main and try and pick up a weapon. Okay, let's say you eventually find a weapon that you really like playing and that you actually eventually get good at. Okay, let's say that, like, I don't know, Tri-Stringer. You really like the weapon and you actually got good with it, but you're wondering, like, oh, well, I do actually miss watching like content about like meta and content about getting good at the game and whatnot. What can I do to replicate that? What I'm saying is not that you should stop watching competitive YouTubers, right? What I'm saying is that you can still watch those, but those aren't what you need to base your opinions and skills on, right? Instead, what I recommend is, if you really still want to watch those kind of videos and you still want to like gain something from it, you still want to improve from those videos, you want to watch Chara or Dude and improve from their advice. Well, my advice on that is watch videos that aren't related to any weapon in particular, but rather to a mechanic or movements, you know, like watch videos about them explaining how to substrafe or how to properly squid roll or whatever, you know? Watch something that will benefit you no matter what weapon you play, okay? And that's something that these content creators actively do, and I recommend watching those kind of videos because they're educational, like they're actually useful. So yeah, that's what I think that you can do if you still want to watch comp videos and not feel like you're not learning anything. Just definitely go watch those creators and watch videos that do not apply only to one weapon in particular, unless it's of course the weapon that you're like you really want to play or whatever. Because, well, it's not that useful. Anyways, one last topic I want to touch on. If a creator says something relating to Splatoon. If a creator expresses an opinion, okay, even if it's a good opinion and it has some logic behind it, their opinion isn't necessarily the absolute truth, okay? And you do not need to go defend their opinion. And you don't need to go in the comments saying, oh, I saw this YouTuber say this, and I think that this is the absolute truth. Because that's just not... That's just, like, destroying your critical thought about the game. And it's really just being toxic towards others that don't think the same as that YouTuber. And so, yeah, just remember that YouTubers are people, okay? People like any other. They have their opinions about what they think is the best, okay? And they don't need to have their opinions defended, okay? They can do that themselves. So you don't need to go defend their opinions for them. I see a butt ton of people that will watch one, I'm taking him as like an example, that will watch one Pro Chara video and decide that I need to defend his opinion with my life. But Chara said this, but Chara said that, or but a dude said this and dude said that, okay? And I'm not saying you're not allowed to agree with an opinion. I'm just saying that you don't need to be toxic about it and enforce it on other people. And I've seen that so many times where people just say their whole argument really is, oh, Chara said this. And that's not an argument, people. That's just lazy debate, okay? It's basing your facts on... Wait, what in the world? Okay. It's just basing your facts on what someone else said that you believe unconditionally. Okay? It's not critical thinking at all. It's literally... It's just literally the opposite. So... You can agree with an opinion, and you can say that you agree with an opinion, but just please, guys, don't be toxic about it. And I'm really not aiming towards the community in particular. I've seen this plenty of times. So yeah, just try and be chill and remember that there are other opinions, and you should also learn how to respect them, even if they're not your own opinion. So yeah, I think that's about it on what I wanted to really talk about today. If you really should remember something of this whole video, is meta weapons aren't for everyone, okay? Even if a creator talks about a meta weapon and says that it will work, if you are low level, and if you're low comp, then you can literally play anything you want. There is no restriction for... Okay, that guy really tried to roll over me. That's really sad. There is no one better weapon than the others in the game, because as long as you're good with a weapon, then it can be good. Okay? And that's something that a lot of people don't realize. They think that obviously there's a better weapon than another, and that's not true. That's really not true. What defines a skill is the player, not the weapon. And finally, the last thing that you should remember is that a creator's opinion is not necessarily the truth. Okay? Or it's not necessarily something that you should defend at all costs. They have an opinion. It's an opinion. It's what they think is true. Okay? It's what they think is the best course of action. Well, I still got touched by that. And so yeah. Creators can defend themselves. They don't need their communities to do it. Alright? And with that being said, I really hope that you guys have a great day. or a great night, and just have a good one, okay?